So it happened almost 4 weeks ago today. It was that Thursday we went on, it's a curse of social media and me. I get on social media for the first time and look what happens. But I was throwing a live session over at FGCU. It was a Thursday. After that, felt a little, side discomfort. Nothing too crazy. I didn't think anything of it. Over the next probably handful of days, just kind of, not only did it stick around, it felt like it kind of got worse. So I actually reached out to my college coach, Coach Tillett over at FGCU. He got me in touch with Dr. Patrick Joyner, who's in the area, and got MRI, CT scan, X-ray, the whole thing, and that's when they saw in the MRI was a stress fracture in I believe it's the 8th rib. So yeah, we got, took some medicine, try to get some of the inflammation out of there, and now we're just kind of waiting for the playing the waiting game, healing, waiting for a bone to heal. So that's kind of where we're at.
How did they point you out? You hurt again?
I felt it after I was pitching, like I said on that live BP. It was kind of weird. Like I said, I threw that day. Everything was going well. I don't know if any of you guys watched it, but ball felt like it was coming out of my hand good. Throwing sliders, throwing all my pitches. Even did a full, upper body workout after that, and then just kind of the next probably 4 or 5 days after that, just kept getting progressively worse and worse. And that's when I was finally like, I gotta say something to somebody. So reached out to really the only person I could at the time, and that was Coach Toe over at FGCU. So. He really hooked it up. He helped me out and got me help when I really needed it and couldn't, really do my normal routine of things if this were to happen, any other year. So, I'm very appreciative of them and them taking care of me and helping me out when I needed it.
When do you think
were you able to communicate to the Red Sox what had happened, and due to the lockout and the restrictions, do you think you lost some recovery or attention time that might have helped make this a quicker sideline?
I let them know whenever our first day was here. So we, like, the CBA literally got agreed upon, right? I forget what day that was, but I got a call from Chaim, AC, and that night sucked for them, obviously. Hey, how's it going? Well, not so good, actually. So, yeah, that's when they became aware of it. And to be totally, you guys know how I am with you guys. I try to be open, I try to be transparent. That's why I didn't talk yesterday, was because we didn't have the MRI disc from the doctor that did the MRI here in town. So I just got that to them today, actually. So we're still don't exactly know what the landscape going forward is going to be, other than probably a little bit more rest, waiting for a bone to heal, and then from there we'll build up a plan and go from there.
In your mind, how long might it be for you to be on the mound in a game?
I don't have any idea. Unfortunately and fortunately, I've never dealt with this problem. I don't know what. I know bones typically take 6 to 8 weeks to heal. That's a pretty universally, kind of across the board timeline. Outside of that, I don't know anything. I'm just kind of waiting to. I'm like a dog on a chain right now. I can't wait to get off this thing. The last couple of years have sucked, and I've run into some pretty, unlucky circumstances, and with arm troubles, and then my neck, and then this. But what can you do?
And realizing that you're just kind of guessing here, the 6 to 8 weeks before you can throw again.
Oh, I don't have any idea.
Yeah.
That's just kind of like if you break your arm,
Right.
You're going to go to the doctor. He's going to tell you 6 to 8 weeks, and then in 6 to 8 weeks, you go back to the doctor, and he says, hey, you're either done and you can start doing this, or you got X, X, and X left. So, I'm just kind of waiting for that next doctor's appointment to get here to when they tell me, hey, you either got this going on or this going on.
Chris, has anybody give you an example of a pitcher this happening to a pitcher?
No, it did. It happened to Benny a few years ago. I do remember that. So obviously, and these guys, I trust these guys. They know they've been through this probably hundreds of times. So, just lean on my resources and the guys in my corner and just try to get this done as soon as possible.
You mentioned the succession of injuries that you've dealt with over the last couple of years. Is it discouraging? Are you concerned about your ability to be a consistently healthy pitcher moving forward?
No, only because like with the arm stuff, yeah, that bothered me a lot. I looked at that as a failure for me. Knowing what I know now, injuries happen. There's not much you can do, and especially with this was a freak incident. Who would have known, right? Like I've never dealt with anything like this. I've never even really thought of rib injuries while pitching. It's kind of a freak thing. So if it was something more or something specific, I would probably be worried about those things. But I mean, the way my body was feeling before all this happened, I mean, I was throwing off a mound a lot better than I had been at that time in previous years. I had a little bit more to prove coming into this spring training. I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be ready. This spring training, like as I showed up here, be ready for a season. That's obviously not the case now, but I got nothing else to do other than prepare myself and get ready and just keep working hard.
So Chris, because it's not an arm issue and you've had them in the past, you sound encouraged.
Well, I mean, encouraged probably isn't. I got two ways of doing this. I can either do it, or I say this to my sons all the time. Hey, go take out the trash. It's like, okay, you got two options. You can either do it, or you can complain about it and still do it. Because it's going to get done. It's got to get done either way. So for me, does it suck? Yes. Was I discouraged? Absolutely. Pissed off? 100%. But all that being said, none of those feelings, none of those emotions, none of that wasted energy is going to help me help this. I got work to do. I've been here before. I've been behind much bigger hurdles. I've been behind rocks I thought I'd never be able to get over, hurdles I thought I'd never be able to get over. And this is just another one of them, another life test, I guess, to get over, and all the while trying to be a good teammate and good leader and doing things I need to do.
Hey, Chris, people with broken ribs say it hurts when they breathe, hurts when they move. Does it hurt when you breathe heavy? Does it hurt when you move?
Yeah, I mean, it's still pretty tender. Any rotation, sneezing, oh man, I've found some very unique ways to get those out. It's comical. But yeah, I mean, still, like if I were to sneeze or cough right now, it would be pretty uncomfortable.
Chris, along those lines you were talking about not wanting to waste emotional energy, do you tie the fact that you couldn't communicate with the team to what happened in your mind? Is it
No. Like I said, this is a freak accident, man. I mean, would it have happened if I was training here the whole off season? That's an unanswerable question. So why even waste time on that? I was given a set of circumstances December 1st, and I had to play with what I had. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm here now, and is it because of that or not because of that? Who knows? Doesn't matter. And I'm not worried about that. These guys have been great to me since the second I've been here. They've only ever helped me with every hurdle I've had to get over. Did it make things a little bit tougher? Yeah, but it was the same for everybody, so it wasn't just me. Everyone had to deal with this. And at the end of the day, it's what we signed up for. It's part of the gig. You got to get down in the dirt sometimes, and that's what happened. We're here now, so we just keep rolling with that.
This was supposed to be your first fully healthy spring in a while. When you think about the shoulder and elbow issues that you went through, you had some time now from the TJ surgery. You had come back and pitched a couple of months. How much does that elevate the frustration level? Like you must have, 5 weeks ago thought, okay, now I'm back to my normal self. I don't have anything I have to recover from. I can be the guy I want to be, and now this.
Well, yeah, that was the biggest blow, obviously. Yeah, I know it's very cliche or whatever, but I felt like I was in probably the best shape I've ever been in my life. I was playing long top. Me and Nick were throwing partners every day. Met up at FGCU, did our stuff in the weight room, went through shoulder program. I felt like I was in a really good spot. The one thing I really focused on this offseason was long tossing because I needed arm strength. I took 2 years off of pitching. the one thing that I noticed the most that I was missing through all this was arm strength because I just wasn't out there. So to answer your question in short, yes, that sucked because I put in a lot of work to prepare myself for this moment. And, you know, I mean, shit, I built a badass race car and it broke down before the race started. So that's, you know, back in the garage trying to fix it up.
Do you worry that you were overdoing it, like too much too soon?
Yes and no. No, because that's what I'm supposed to do. If you're not working, you're not getting better. So, but these kind of injuries are probably overuse type of injuries. So maybe there was something I could have done. But, you know, for me, moving forward, man, there's nothing I can do looking in the rearview mirror at any of this that's going to help me going forward. So, you know, take one off the chin. It sucks. You know, got more teammates picking up my slack, doing my job, getting paid to do nothing. That sucks. And I'm not afraid to say it. You know, that's who I am. That's what I believe. All I can do is show up every day, try to get this thing right, and go back out there and try to do my job.
Thank you, Dr. Chris.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks,